last seat on the driver's side. We also have an onboard fire suppression system that can be activated by the captain or deckhand. If we need to evacuate the duck while on the river, the quickest route is over the sides. Push firmly on the plastic windows to make them fall. The rear portion of the canopy is retractable. Unlock the latch located on the back of the canopy and slide it forward as indicated by the arrow on the roof. There are life jackets overhead on both sides and in the back of the duck. The smaller life jackets with the red tabs are for children or persons weighing 90 pounds or less. The larger life jackets with the yellow tabs are for persons weighing more than 90 pounds. In the event of a water emergency, please don your life jacket and then assist others when needed. There are 2 life rings on the duck, one above the driver's seat and one attached to the outside rear of the duck on the driver's side. We have a mobile phone, States Coast Guard, State Police Marine Unit, Local Fire and EMS, and our shoreside manager.
90s now, so. Now, also along the route, you're going to notice people from the streets or other duck boats quacking at us. What do you think we're going to do? We're going to quack back, exactly. We're going to do it on command, though, because there are sections in the city that we're not allowed to quack. So if I say the word jump, I need you guys to scream quack, quack, nice and loud. You guys think you can handle that?
Yeah.
Give it a shot and see what you got. Everybody jump.
They're loud. Quack, quack, quack.
Just let you guys know, we're going to be flying at an average altitude of around 5.5 feet today, which would be perfect for taking in the sights and sounds of Boston. Is anybody from Boston by any chance?
No.
That means I get to make
They're from California.
California. My best friend's from California. Actually, he's from Compton. His name's Dr. Dre. We show with Snoop D-O-double-G all the time. You guys want to learn some history?
Yeah, sure.
Just want to go for a boat ride. Well, we do that at 10, so history first. Hopefully you're okay with that. Alright, so Boston wasn't always called Boston. It was originally called the Shawmut Peninsula, which is an Algonquin native term. It stood for living waters. There's a really good supply of fresh drinking water here, springs and stuff, so that's why they called it that. It was, this is what it looked like, guys. It was actually really small. See this dark green spot right here? That's what the Shawmut Peninsula looked like back then before we were called Boston. It was only 1.5 square miles, that's it. Today, though, we call it downtown Boston. It's almost 5 square miles now due to landfill projects that we started to do in the early. Not going to meet the last seat on the driver's side. We have a CO2 suppression system in case we have an engine fire. That's how we put that out. We have a Verizon telephone to contact our dispatcher or any other duck boats in the area, and a Marine VHF radio, which we can contact our Coast Guard and State Police with. We'll monitor channel 13 and 16 on the radio to know what traffic is doing on the water. If we do have to leave the vessel, if there is an emergency, please do not go overboard unless I tell you to. I am trained to let you know when to go into the water. If we do have to go into the water, swim as one big group. Don't swim away from each other. Stay all together, because I'll be the last one on the vehicle. I'll be on this thing, doing a mayday call. They're going to say, Captain, how many souls do you have on board? I'm going to tell them my soul count plus the crew members, what we're on, where we're located, and they'll find us all together. Your windows, if we have to leave, go out the open ones, or if you have to go out these ones next to you that are closed, they're held on by Velcro. So just push the window and it'll come right out. The front windshield also folds down, the rear ladder can go down, and we can open up the rear roof as well. Any questions? Everybody is aware we're going into the water, right?
Yes.
That sounds like a ridiculous question, but we do get people from different countries sometimes on board, and there can be a language barrier there. I don't know what they're saying, they don't know what I'm saying. They didn't read the brochure, they just look at this thing, they go, ooh, tour bus. And then we get them on this ramp down here, and they think we lost our minds. It's really funny, though. On your right-hand side is the urban skateboarder, its natural habitat. Alright, these replica ducks that we're on, guys, were actually re-replicated by a roller coaster company. So I think it's only fit that we treat it like a roller coaster ride going into the water. What do you guys think? So when we get down on the ramp, what we're going to do is we're going to throw our hands up in the air. We're going to wave around like we just don't care. We're going to do spirit fingers, and we're going to scream like 5-year-olds. You guys cool with that?
Sorry.
Right, if you're going to stand for this, just make sure you grip that front, okay?
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Hands up in the air. Wave around like you just don't care. I'll try to get out of your way, because I know you guys are trying to film it. And that's how you turn a 26,000-pound vehicle into a boat.
Woo!
You guys want to see some really strange, weird people while you're out here? Right, warning, don't stare them in the eye so they'll steal your soul. Right? They're very strange. They're always down here for some reason. They're right there on the left. There they are.
Yoo-hoo!
Alright, Let me get a show of hands really quick. Who would not swim in this river? Would any of you guys swim in it? No? So when I ask that question, most people say no, and I ask them why, and they say because it's dirty. Alright? This is the cleanest urban river in the United States, guys. Now don't get me wrong, it used to be very polluted. There was companies on both sides of the river dumping their chemicals in it, and they polluted this river so bad it killed off all the fish. With that happening, the birds left the area. They went to find fresh food elsewhere, but the birds are back, and it means the water's cleaned up. So some of the birds we see out here are Canada geese, double-crested cormorants, and the diving fowl. Sometimes we even see some mallard ducks, even though they get right out of our way. They're like, whoa, that duck is huge. And sometimes we even see a bird that I like to call a sky rat, also known as pigeons and seagulls. So that's one way we know the river's really clean. Now the other way we know it's really clean, in the 1970s, 3 groups got together to clean this river up. That was the Charles River Watershed Association, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, and the United States Environmental Protection Agency. They spent millions of dollars cleaning this river up, and this river went from a cleanliness rating of a D- to now it is best anywhere between B+ and A-, depending on the weather. If it rains, it's going to fluctuate the level a little bit. But you can now swim in this river. I say now, because back in the day when it was highly polluted still, if you were to even accidentally fall into this river, you were highly encouraged to get to the hospital and receive a tetanus shot. People call this river the dirtiest river in the United States back then. That's a false accusation though, because that title belonged to the state of Ohio. The Cuyahoga River in Ohio is so polluted back then, it had a cleanliness rating of an F. F doesn't stand for fail when it comes to water quality, guys. It stands for flammable. The Cuyahoga River, throughout its history, caught on fire 13 times. Now, our river had a song written about it, though. They played at Fenway Park when the Red Sox win a ball game. It's called Dirty Water, written by the Standells. A lot of people remember for the one part of the song, it's like, I love that dirty water, Boston, you're my home. And I'm like, you guys are a bunch of liars, because you're from San Diego. But they knew this area. If you pay attention to the whole song, in the song, if you pay attention to all the lyrics, he was writing a song about one of his friends getting jumped down by that dirty water. Now this right here ahead of us is called the old lock and dam system. It doesn't work as one anymore. It only serves as a passageway now. It shut down in 1977. The new one was located behind us as we came into the twins. I can't imagine that. One kid at a time was hard enough. Imagine having 2 at the same time. You got twins.
They're twins too. They're twins.
You ladies are twins too?
Yeah.
Which one's older? Nobody. There was a big breach. We came out at the same time. Anybody in the medical profession by any chance? Doctors or anything? How about nurses? Lawyers? I had to say that to see who's paying attention. So. Alright, so I bring up medical because that group of buildings over to the left of the big glass tower going up the center of it, that's called Massachusetts General Hospital. I don't call them that because it takes too long. I just say Mass Gen. Some people call them MGH, and they say that stands for Man's Greatest Hospital. They say this because people come from all over the entire world to come to our hospitals in Boston. We are known as one of the best medical facilities in the entire world, if not the best. The rankings go up and down all the time, but Boston's usually right at the top of that list. Now, Mass Gen opened up in 1811 as a walk-in clinic to the poor. They are now home to over 28,000 employees at Mass Gen. And they are responsible for a few different firsts that have taken place in the United States as well, like the first publicly demonstrated and documented use of ether as an anesthetic during surgery was performed at Mass Gen. You guys know what they did before ether? They give you a couple shots of whiskey to drink.
That's
and
really
stick
cool,
this little
huh?
dowel rod in your mouth so you can't clamp your teeth down, and you would accidentally bite your tongue off if you did. So they put a dowel rod in your mouth, and you'd more than likely fall into shock trauma. That would usually lead to a coma, and that would usually lead to you dying. Right? Most people couldn't handle the shock trauma to the body before the use of ether, so that's pretty important medical history. Now, do we still use ether to knock people out? Not unless you're a psycho. Right? We have some, I don't know if you know what ether is, but you pour it on a rag and you'd hold it over the mouth and nose. That's how they used to put people out to perform surgery. Now weird people use it. So. Let's see, they also performed the first successful reattachment of a severed limb. It was done to a teenage boy. He was about 14 years old. He was messing around the train tracks and had his hand cut off. by a moving train car. They brought them to Mass General. It took them 7 hours to put it back on. 2.5 miles of the river. Then you got Harvard University. That bridge down there is the Harvard Bridge. Where does that take you? To MIT. You got to go through MIT to get to Harvard. You got a little boating house up here called Community Boating. This is the oldest public boating program in America, established in 1942. School children ages 10 to 18 can learn how to sail on this river all summer long for as little as $1 for the whole summer. It all depends on family income though. They go off your income, so some families do have to pay $200, $300 for the whole season, but it's still a good deal. But I would say 80% of those students probably get away with a $1 bracket. Now they're able to do this because they're non-profit, so they do rely heavily upon donations. So within Boston Duck Tours, we have a program that helps them out and others. It's called Quack Quack Give Back. That's really what it's called. So when you guys were purchasing your tickets, they probably asked you a question if you wanted to take your ticket price and round up to the next dollar. Did they ask you that? That's the Quack Quack Give Back Fund. So what we do is that people that donate that little bit of change from rounding up, we save the change up till the end of the season. Whatever it totals out to be, Boston Duck Tours will match that money 100%. And it goes to 6 different local charities, and it goes towards clean water, education, and veterans. We donate somewhere around $30,000 a season comes to that. So if you guys did that, thank you. One of the programs is called NEADS. It's spelled NEADS. And what they do is they provide service dogs to military members in need of a service. World War II. There are a couple differences though. Differences such as colors. You guys see the colors of our duckboats driving around today? They're all different, right? Red, yellow, white, pink with purple polka dots. They weren't those colors during World War II. Even though it would be really funny, wouldn't it? Like storming the beaches of Sicily. They're like, yeah, America's here with their multicolored ducks. And the other thing that's different is we're not getting shot at, which is really important. I have been shot at. It's not fun. I served 2 tours in Iraq, actually,
you want
the
to
United
stand
States
up and
Marine
look?
Corps, so.
Stand up. You want to see it? Yay! We're going up now! Sorry.
No, you're good. There's our fronts.
Oh, wow.
Here comes our rears.
That's really cool.
And we did it, guys.
Yoo-hoo!
Storming the beaches of America.
Yay!
Pretty cool, right? They would have done it a lot faster during World War II, but their vehicle only cost $10,000 and they were hitting a sand beach. We cost $450,000. We're hitting a concrete boat ramp. So we go a lot slower than them. There used to be a machine gun right here too on the original ducks, right here, a 50 caliber machine gun.
Oh, wow.
They won't let me have one though. My ass